You look bored, they said. Restore a car, they said. It'll be easy, clean fun, they said. So I bought a car to restore. They lied. Restoration is a dirty, thankless job, and this dirty, thankless job is all mine. Okay, folks. You have seen bits and pieces of me, but you've never actually seen my whole face. I am BugeyeBob, first name Bob, with a bug eye. Been through a lot, tearing the things apart, ripping the motor apart, transmission apart. Haven't quite gotten the whole car totally torn apart, but quite frankly, I'm at the point where I'm sick of tearing shit apart. And I want to start doing some work on something and making a little bit of progress. The dash is out. We've got lots of stuff on it to take care of. Steering shaft is out. All that stuff is out. But I'd like to start doing something. I'd like to start maybe doing a little bending of metal and a little welding and things like that. So I think the next step that I'm going to take is in there. Now let me turn the camera around and show you what I'm looking at. So my plan is to get in here and start tearing into all of this rusty stuff here. And what I've got to do, as you can see, this is all rusted out here, all rusted out here, rusted out down to here, rusted out down underneath the here, rusted out down underneath the here. This is where the heater sits on. The heater box blows air down into here. There's a plenum in here that blows air back to heat your feet and also up to the defroster outlets. So I think what I am going to work on next is rebuilding the sheet metal in this area right here. I can buy, this is also where the battery sits. This and that's why this is all rusted out, because the battery box sits there, battery acid leaked out, rusted, plus years of lots of rain and stuff like that, and leaves and whatever else. But I think I've done some work. I was director of estimating for a company that made sheet metal laboratory furniture. And before that, I worked for a company that made sheet metal office furniture. So I have a little bit of understanding of how metal bends. And I think even though I can buy this piece here, and it's only like 180 bucks. But for $100, about $105, I got a 4x8 sheet of 18 gauge steel. And I think I'm going to try making my own of these. So my plan is I'm going to cut this out here, back to good metal all the way around. Cut it across down here and across down here to good metal. Down here is the transmission tunnel. And basically probably use a plasma torch to cut this, just cut this piece right out of here. Might use a rotary cutoff wheel. Not sure how I'm going to do it yet. But my goal is going to be to cut these out as a single piece so that I can weld in a single piece that has all of this stuff on it. And the more I look at it, the more I'm thinking I might want to cut out the spot welds right here along the top of this, separate these spot welds out, and maybe the spot welds along the top here, and maybe the spot welds along the top of this transmission tunnel, and cut all this stuff out all the way back to this point on each side. Because if I do that, then I don't have to do a lot of seam welding. I don't have to do a lot of cut and butt like Fitzy Fabrications does. The only place I would have to do that theoretically would be like down along here. But I'm going to be honest with you folks, that piece is it's going to depend upon how solid these things are. Sounds solid to me. But I might be able, I might just flange the replacement piece going in. And if I do that, then it's not going to look original. There's no way in hell that this vehicle is ever going to look original. But because it's just too rusted out. But I think it can still look pretty damn good. And those types of repairs are far easier to do if you're inexperienced as a welder, which I've got some experience as a welder, but I'm not used to doing TIG sheet metal. I'm used to doing more heavy stuff like 4-inch C-channel and things like that. So anyways, that's kind of where I'm aiming at. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So anyways, folks, that's kind of what I'm looking at, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So the next couple of weeks are going to be spent cutting that stuff out and working on trying to get that area repaired. And one of the main reasons for doing it is I know there's a lot of rust in here. The floor pans are shot. The rocker panels need some work done on them. I don't want. I'm going to put the car up on a. I'm going to build a small rotisserie to put the car on, and you'll be able to watch me do all that. But I don't want to put the car up on a rotisserie and start trying to turn it around when I've got a major spot right in the middle of it that is kind of weak. Is it strong enough to do that? Maybe. But I'm really going to try to... I just need to get away from cleaning shit, and I really have to... sometimes you just got to build shit, folks. Damn it, I want to build shit. So that's what I'm working on next. So do me a favor and like, subscribe, comment, share this around. If you think I'm an idiot for doing stuff, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Copy all your friends and tell them what an idiot I am. If you think that I'm working on something that you'd like to be able to do, but you can't because of time, then let people know about that too. And if you can, I would really, really appreciate that you become a member on Patreon. It's $5 a month. Most people, you buy a cup of coffee and drop it, and you're out $5 there easily. So $5 a month, I figured that's a cheap, low price to go with. If you can help support me on Patreon, I would really, really appreciate it. And I look forward to making a lot more videos, hopefully with more actual building stuff instead of tearing stuff apart. But you got to tear stuff apart to fix it. So there'll be more of that coming too. Thanks a bunch, people. I really appreciate your support, and you folks have a fantastic life. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is remove the bolts up here that hold the support for the steering wheel shaft. Get that the hell out of the way. These right here are actually 2 Phillips head screws. Sure I am. I broke that one loose. I broke that one loose. Get that out of there. Got that bolt, set it up there. Get this bolt. Set it up there. And where the hell's the next one at? There's obviously something else holding that. Nope. Well, that did it. Can we slide that out of there? No, but we can pull that off the shaft. That gets that out of there. Oh, there's a nice one of those damn wasp nests. So that's off. Steering wheel bracket had 3 shims holding it up. Each shim looks like, it looks like there's 2 that are a 1/16 of an inch wide and maybe one that's a 32nd of an inch wide. Pull it off, pull it out. There is the steering shaft, such as it is. Next thing I want to take out is this here, so I can get those 2 pieces out. Let's see how that goes. Looks like it needs a large screwdriver. That comes undone. Oops, well that screw's flopped down. Let's get the one on this other side. Shit. That one doesn't want to take that screwdriver. The hell are the odds they would use screws with 2 different size heads on these damn things? Seems almost par for the course anymore. Hey, there's the bracket off of there. Okay, there is that wiper piece out. Out. Shit. Well, I this, what you do is just pull the pieces of cable until everything finally all comes apart. So there's all of that. Yank that piece of crap out. Anything else up underneath there we need to get out? Yeah, we should probably get those out if we can. But I think it's going to be easier just to cut those. I guess we try to figure out how to get the wiper things off next. I gotta figure out how in the hell those things are supposed to come off. There's a nut on top, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless there's some kind of there's one off. There's two off. And that side has a nut on it. And the other side I don't think had a nut on it. Let's see, what the hell size nut is that thing? I bet it's too damn small to get with this. Nope. Yep. Fit. Nope, that's too small. There's too small. What the hell is that other one at? That's too, I don't know what the hell that is, but it doesn't fit. Shit. Pain in the ass. I have a feeling that the way you get these damn windshield washer pieces off is to ruin them. So that's the one I'm working on right there. What freaking size is that goddamn thing anyways? Alright, I got it on the top, got it on the bottom, and it does actually unscrew. Alright, that's off. Okay, other than those two brackets, here and here, that is everything up from underneath the dash.
Please stand by for an important public service announcement.
Just a reminder, folks, every job requires a blood sacrifice when you're doing restoration, so keep your tetanus shots up to date. On each side, there's one of these hinges for the bonnet. One here, over there, right there. Okay. They are held on by bolts that run through this bracket right here. So my next step is to remove those because they're going to have to come off and get cleaned up. Now a 1/2 inch fits on one side of these and it's sloppy as hell on the head, so good luck on trying to figure out what the hell it's supposed to be. I think what we have here, I think this is a jam nut, and that this nut right here is actually spot welded onto the, yeah, I think that's actually spot welded in there. So let's take and ratchetize this. spin that by hand. I can spin it by hand. All right. Let's take this bolt out. That bolt is out, rusty as all hell, but it's oiled. Now we'll pull that bracket out. Ta-da! Pulls out fairly easily. Switch for that. We now have the bracket out and the bolt and the nut that goes with it. All of these pieces are going to end up getting soaked in evaporust to get the crud off of them, get the rust off of them. And we have the same situation around on this side, which you may almost be able to see if I do that. And this will be just a rinse and repeat of the previous side. So I want to get a nice close-up shot of this bracket and how it's mounted before I take it off. You can see it's mounted at a, I don't know, is that a 60-degree angle or something like that? It's basically spot welded onto this piece here, which is the heater sits on here and blows air down into the ducts. But to be honest with you, that's so bad. What the hell am I hitting? Oh, that's what's hitting. That piece there is. That goddamn thing out of there. That is the starter switch, of course. There we go. That's off of there. I'm gonna have to buy one of those and make a new bracket for it, I guess. Okay. So I'm going to start stripping stuff off of the front of the engine compartment here. Got a bunch of these little screws here. They run through the dash. There's a nut on the back. A lot of these screws are actually, or bolts are actually running into weld nuts, kind of like the one that you see right there. That's a weld nut. That's a weld nut. So let's get to it. I am going to cheat a little bit and use the drill driver to do this with. Lock in on the first one up here. Try him. What the hell is it? Ah, there it is. It's down lower than I thought. Screw those. There's a socket. Well, that's dreadfully inconvenient. Shit. There we go. That goddamn thing doesn't really want to take a 9/6 or 7/16. Maybe it's because it's rusted, but who knows? No. Heater motor is loose. Heater motor wire is green to black. And there it is. That's off. Way back up and underneath there. I don't know if that's a... Let's find out if that's in a weld stud or not. Well, it's not coming out that way. Guess we better hope it isn't a weld nut. I can reach up underneath there and find the damn thing. Nope, that is a weld stud. A weld nut, whatever you want to call it. Oops, wrong one. Goes on this one right here. Ah, you bastard. Shit. Well, it is turning okay. All right, that came out. What about this next one? That seemed to be loose. Yep. That's why God made impact drivers. Okay, let's start out by getting the horn out of the way. That and that. Oh, my nippers out. Oops, that sounded good. Horn is off. This must be the horn thingy that makes the horn go bleep. For whatever good that does us. Loosen this up first. That. 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 Okay, so now take all those bolts out. Oops, don't need it quite that fast. This panel that I'm taking out right now is part of the diabolical design that lets them easily manufacture both left and right-hand drive vehicles. Right-hand drive for the British domestic market and left-hand drive for the American and other foreign markets. Oop. Nope. There we go. Looks like tar almost. In fact, I would bet that is actually tar paper that they put in there as a gasket. One more thing to get soaked in evaporust. And now, shit. Washer. Come over here and pull off the brake distribution valve. And the next question should be, am I really going to cut those brake lines? Damn right I am. I wouldn't trust a politician's life with those things. And I'm not a fan of politicians. Let's see if I can cut it with these. No, let's get the big cutter out.
This shows where all the lines on the brake valve come from and where they go to.
There's one. There's two. There's three. Oh, I smell brake fluid. Four. Right there is your basic brake metering valve with the brake stoplight switch on it. That might still be good. The next things that have to come off are well, we can go over to the other side here. Let's cut some more stuff. Brake line and clutch line. That's one, two. Set those back here. All right, here we go. Interesting, I think the other side had flat washers.
This side has lock washers on it, which in a way makes sense because this is your brake pedal, gas pedal, and all of that sort of pedal stuff. Booger right there. That is gas pedal thingamabob. I don't know what the hell that. I can't tell if that thing screwed. It looks like it ought to screw in. I suppose I can try a. Let me get all these nuts out of the way. Yep, that turns. Not sure if it's supposed to, but it does turn. Feels like it might even be a piece of brass. Let's see if we can get the rest of this damn thing out first. All right. There are your brake and clutch pedals, such as they are. And the master cylinder for both the brake and the clutch. What the hell is down here? Something else. Gas pedal screwed down some damn place, but I'll be damned if I can see where it's at. Huh. Guess we'll have to dig for it later. How the hell did I get the windshield thingamabob off? Far too big. Let's try this one. Far too small. So it's not 5/16. 11/32 feels like it might fit. The hell? Okay. How the hell does that all come apart? All right. This is just a quick little video on removing the battery grounding strap. This vehicle, as shipped, had a positive ground instead of a negative ground like commonly used in the US. And where everything else around here, all of the bolts were 7/16, this is a 1/2 inch bolt. And the strap itself is braided copper, fairly well corroded. Probably if it is cleaned up, it will work just fine though, because it's got shitloads of good stuff on it still. Removing the windshield wipers motor. And that has bolts that run down through up from the top that are right there. That was the last one of 3. Yeah, Now I've got to get that there. Pried up, wires up from underneath of it. And there is the windshield wiper motor. Probably doesn't work, but you never know. There's the gas pedal off. And there is what's left of the gas pedal. Not exactly in great shape. Now it's recording. How the hell do you get that thing to twist around? See if there's even the slightest possibility of getting this thing on there and twisting that around. Probably not. Nope. All right. Drill the ditch out. I am not playing any games with that damn thing. That's it. That's that. And that is what that's supposed to be, the dimmer switch, but it's busted. There's supposed to be a piece up on top here you push down on, and that's broken. So that's no fucking good either. Pardon my French. Let's get the rest of this shit off of here.
Yes, I did cheat and loosen these things up a little bit. This is the massive fuse block, which holds all of 2 fuses for the whole damn car. There's that, and there's that, and those are both out. We'll take this one out next. Oops. Maybe we won't take that one out next. What the hell happened to my vice grips on the bottom there? There they are. All right. I'm tired of playing games. Shit. Got a hold of somehow. Drill the little bastard out. There, that's drilled out. That's what you do with rusted bolts, folks. You drill them out. That loose. This right here is the voltage regulator, and that's the fuse block. Next problem is this little bastard right there is a bolt, but you can't get to the bottom of it, or you can't get it off because the top of this is tore up so bad you can't unscrew it. So when all else fails, throw sparks. That ain't enough go juice on that thing. I'm sure that's going to want to kick on here in a minute. The only things left to come off the front up here are things like that little block there, and then that little block there, and that little block there. Those on the other side of the car also. And those are just rubber bumpers. And the screws that hold those on are rusted shit, so they're going to have to be cut off or burned off or some goddamn thing. Not sure which, but that's for the future. All right, there are the two bonnet
Bumpers off. That's fucking weird. Oh, these hang over the edge. That's what those do. They hang over the edge like that to keep things aligned right. That makes more sense. Okay. Okay, folks, that's it for this episode of BugeyeBob. I really appreciate you watching and hope that, like me, you've learned a few things in this episode. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video and share it with others. You can help support this project by becoming a member at patreon.com/BugeyeBob in the link below. Patreon paid members get early access to the videos and in the future will enjoy question and answer sessions and live streams. As this channel grows, future Patreon member benefits will include bonus or extended episodes, member names and credits, and the ability to suggest topics for future videos. You can follow this BugeyeBob restoration on YouTube and Facebook at the links below. Once again, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and supporting this channel. And remember that sometimes the most important job you can do is a dirty, thankless job.